majority of firefighters in the region are volunteers, and there's a shortage of them. This has raised concern for many people in the area. Justin Tyler and two of his other colleagues saw this and made a mini documentary while studying at Ithaca College to highlight this issue.
Ithaca is the only paid fire department in the entire Finger Lakes region. Everything else surrounding them is a volunteer department, which to us was crazy.
In the documentary, Tyler and the other producers shared a moving clip of one of the firefighters and why they chose to volunteer.
Volunteering is really closer to my heart because of just my personal experience with my friend and how that kind of shaped why I wanted to join up in the first place. I had a friend actually who died in a fire when I was 16, and that hit home pretty closely, and I wanted to, the circumstances surrounding his death were highlighted on the news with particular attention to the firefighters and the challenges that the firefighters met, and that was the first time I kind of decided I want to join up and make sure that doesn't, or do my best to make sure that doesn't happen to anyone else.
For Tyler, the issues surrounding volunteer firefighters came close to home, and the making of the doc gave him some clarity.
In 2013, we had a house fire back in Long Island, and I was very bitter for a long time about how the fire department didn't respond fast enough. And I carried with me, I was like, wow, you know, there's some issues with it. And the fire department was so close to us, but then actually just a couple months ago, after this documentary was made, I looked it up and I looked at the department that came was a completely volunteer department. That's where volunteers get a bad rep. It's like, oh, well, why weren't you here in 10 minutes? It's like, well, we're a completely volunteer fire department. People had to come from their homes, then get ready, and then come out to the fire. Versus paid fire department, it's just bell rings, boom, they're there.
I went to the West Elmira Fire Department to see if they're facing a similar issue.
In your recollection, there was roughly 89 volunteers. How many are there now?
We're down to probably between 15 to 20 at the most.
During the interview, I asked Tyler what he would have added to the documentary if they had more time.
We would have gone way deeper into what handcuffs volunteer departments, because it's not a commitment issue. The people that are there want to be there and are trying to save lives and are as committed to saving lives as anybody who gets paid. They are exactly the same people. They're going for the exact same goals. But when it's a volunteer department, there are just so many more hurdles to jump that it's becoming, honestly, a crisis.
To learn more about volunteer firefighting and to watch the full documentary, The Slow Burn, go to our website, mytwintears.com. In Elmira, Ariel Salk, 18 News.